Okay. We'll go through the next stage, that is like development debug stage, tile. In the last session only I thought to complete, but some reason I have so that I did not complete the tile stage, and now we'll see the tile. And I just want to make sure with after column generator have copy, and from copy I just want to make header and tile. So for header I want one data set, and the other one I want another data set. Auto map columns. First of all, I don't have columns here. There is a mismatch because the link names get changes. So that is the reason it will have a problem. And in this tile, I don't have any columns because I haven't done first initially. After that, I did. Okay. So here I have a header and tile, and for skipper partition, and this all will not be seen in tile. So number of records per 10, and here we don't see any skip per partition, clear per partition options. Okay. From tail, bottom tail, we can bring only the number of records that you want. I'll have from last 10 records. Means 200 records are there. To employee ID 200, employees 1. So from there we'll have from the bottom we'll have 20 records, 10 records, I'm sorry, 10 records. See, 191 to 200. If you give 20, what will happen? From 180 you get, 180 also you get, okay? So last 20 records you get into the target. Simple, tail is simple, and header is having some partitioning options, but in tail we don't see them. Simply you just generate, you tell how many records you want, and from the tail it will pull and it will load it into the target. Simple, right? Number of readers per partition. And partitions, all partitions true, false we have. The partition number you need to provide. But now, okay, I'll tell you simple C. I'll just introduce the node concept, then we'll go to the other partition techniques even. I'll just show you. I'll make it true. I'll tell you here. For example, I'm running now. I'm running this job on single node. How many ways I can tell you? I can show you how many times how many ways I can show you that how many I'm running on how many nodes and all. See, node is nothing but a logical CPU. Means one hard disk. For example, not hard disk, like CPU. I'm telling central processing unit. It is like physical CPU means if our machine will have physical CPU. This is logical CPU. Logical means which we cannot see. Okay, which we cannot touch. So now this single node will flow the data. Means how many nodes I can do means when I say default APT, that is 2 node. Single node means one node, means default will have 2 CPUs, single will have 1 CPU. So when I say single 1 CPU, and if I run in the directory itself, it will show that how many every job. It's not only this job, every job it will show how many nodes it took to run that job. So see now, this is your node information. This is one CPU, the node name and CPU. I'll tell you the architecture of SMP and MPP and all the way. Then you can understand more. But just to understand, you can say this has one CPU, and this CPU name is this one. Node one is one CPU. Okay, so I ran with one CPU. Now I want to run the same job with two CPU. How can I do that? Means as simple as I took this configuration file, environment variable, it will allow us to change the number of nodes. Now if I am changing this single node to default node, now the job is running on two node. Now the job is running on two node, means two CPUs. I'll just confirm you once loading the data. See, row generator finished. Go to the log. Now see this current log information. You see two nodes. When you see before run, you see one node. Okay. So this is first thing I want to make sure. And the next is see, before 20 records I have given, but now 40 records are coming because two CPUs. Because two CPUs, so 2 tens it takes. That is the reason, because the environment and the OS changes are here somewhat different from the real time. That is the reason I'm getting like this. But this SMP architecture or MPP architecture, you should not get the records like this. 10 records, if you define in tail, you should get only 10 records. It may these 10 records maybe have 2 nodes or 4 nodes or anything. Okay, but it should not happen. But unfortunately, my OS level systems and architecture is different. That is the reason we are getting 40. But in real cases, real time cases, you don't see this issue. Okay, so that is the reason what I'm doing. I'm running on single node. I'm making this job to restrict on single node. Okay, now, so what happened here? I'm telling you that there are partition means one node, one CPU. So two partitions happen. So I got 40 records. Means you need each partition we are getting 20 records. So now what I need to do, if I don't want to make all partitions, I'll make it as false and I'll give the partition number. For example, I'll give 0, means partition 1, node 1 CPU will be the partition number as 0. And node 2 partition number will be 1. So like that it will be the node sequence. Okay, so now what happens? Now the tile records, from tile stage, we get only 20 records. Now, even though I'm running on two node, I'll get only 20 records. But in header, I need to get 40. See, 20 records I got. Now view the data. From the tile, you can see 20 records. So try to understand which records you are getting into the, see, 181, 183, 185. So these are odd number of records. I told you, no, in another way I'll tell you the sequence numbers. I mean, even number of records. These are odd number of records, right? These are odd number of records. I want to make even number of records. Then what I'll do, partition 1 means the second partition, node partition I'm taking. Now I'll get even number. Means the records will split in that way. So one record into one node, second record into the second node, third record into node 1. So when you understand the partitioning techniques, it will be more clear. Of course, now even I tried my level best to make it to understand. I hope it should be fine. If not even, please just go through the partitioning techniques concept recording again and try to understand. And the videos which I upload, even you can take them for reference and you can go through. Okay, so now you can see even number of records from the tile. 182, 184, 186. This is what partitioning level. So this partitioning level, wherever you can go. But before in the header, I have shown you that is like a stage level. Means in the head stage, I have given the options. Now header stage, header option will will work in a different way when you have two nodes. Okay, it will have multiple. See, 40 I am getting. That is the reason. See, 104 to 108 it went, and 106. See here, this is the another way. Okay, that is the reason. Head options will change now. It will get an odd number of records even. Okay, so this is concept. This is like head level. So that's what I'm not discussing head now. In if you have same proper architecture, proper infrastructure from server level, 100% it will work fine, no problem at all. Okay, just try to understand with the tile in this concept and the partition number and the number partition records, how do they flow. Okay, I'll tell you the partitioning techniques, then you can understand why it is splitting evenly. Okay, then you can understand more easier. But as of now, to tell you the partition, all partitions I'm removing and I'm making 0 and 1. Then out of 40, you get only 20 records, and in one even number of records will go to one node, and odd number of records will go to another node. Who is splitting in that way means partitioning techniques. But I did not use anywhere. I haven't used still, but still Datastage by default it will flow with one particular partitioning technique, that is auto. How auto will work? That is a concept again with a round robin. Those are some depending concepts with the partitioning techniques. Once we go with the partitioning techniques, this concept will be easier. Okay, so this is what about the tile option and some node concept when we discussed, but still I will go through again the node concept partitioning techniques again. The other concept I want to talk about in this video or in this session is with development debug stages sample. So here what I am saying is head is to pull the data from the top of the file, tail is to pull the data from the bottom of the file, and we have sample stage. Sample will pull randomly. It can be top, it can be bottom, it can be middle, anywhere it can take. It will take percentage of the data. Percentage of the data. See, we'll see how it will work now. So I'll put another data set for sample. I did not give the link first. Okay, I'm doing mapping again for DS link. What is this DS link? Which is the maximum one also we can provide, because the latest one will be the maximum one. Debug sample.ds I'll give. Sample.ds I'll give. I'll provide the name of the DS file in that way. And in the sample, I have percentage. How much percentage I can give for which output link number. The link number you get in link ordering, the 0. 0 is your first link. This is link ordering. This is not node concept. Okay. I'll make the output column mapping is done. In the output tab, mapping is done. We'll see total number of records, how many we are getting. 100 records we are getting. So I'm running with job. So single node I'm running now. Okay, single node I'm running. Don't bother of tile, don't bother of head now. We should bother of only sample. See now, how many records are there? 100 records. 50% I given. How many records should come? 50, but 48 records. So percentage means it's like vice versa. It will take some percentage exactly. It will not work, but it will take nearby to the percentage and it will work. View the data. See now the records will be not only from the top or from the bottom. It can be middle of the files even. So 100 records you are getting means top 42 it is not getting, below 50, bottom 50, 42 is not getting. It is getting whole over the file it will take 42. You can see top means like 175, 170, or randomly it will pull. It will not have any order. Okay. So this is what a sample, and a sample can work in two ways, like percentage and a period. Period per partition again. Partition number if you give, only that partition number of records will get. Okay. So percentage, if you take, period means the same partitioning concept what we have used, that same thing you can do. Okay, so output length number, percent, options. See this maximum rows per partition, you can maximum total rows how many you can have, and speed and percent. Percent is the other one, means it will support multiple outputs. See, head will not support. Head will not support multiple outputs, but sample will support. So for three outputs, if you have, three percentages you can give. So for each percent you can provide output link. For each one we can provide, for total we can provide maximum rows and these all things. Okay. So one concept if you understand, the remaining is same. So I'll just make sure to run this job. 50% I'm giving, and the output length number is 0. If you have two, second one, that is 1. I'll just remove this. I'll delete. So this is dataset tbook sample.ds dataset. Okay. So the same way before we ran, right? That the same output will get. I'm running a similar. Okay. So write a range map. The other one which we have. So this range map is like in the lookup. I told you like lookup concept is separate. We have another concept of lookup stage. In that lookup stage, I'll give you just hint up with range. When do you go for range? Okay. So apart from this range, remaining topics are done. So this is what I brought here, development debug stages, and the development debug stages are only at the completion of the development, or like to debug your code, we use these development debug stages. Okay. So this is what about the development debug stages. We'll continue with the configuration file and node concept in the next session. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.